A new Wordle puzzle is online. Click on the link to play.
Listening to the following video may give you clues. Please like and share the videos.
Liverpool and Man City. A fixtures comparison can offer hope after a difficult season. Manchester City and Liverpool are battling for the Premier League title, but can a fixture comparison give them hope? It's been almost a month since Liverpool last played a game, with both sides having roughly the same number of challenging fixtures.
In fact, both sides are thriving on regular matches. After all, they've played a game a day since the international break, while Man City haven't played a game in 4 days.
Liverpool have played a game every other day since the international break. In the Premier League, there is no better time to play games than now.
The Premier League has released their latest DV fixtures this week, and Manchester City have discovered that Leeds and Wolves will be playing live this weekend. This will be good news for City fans, as their match against Brighton was postponed due to the Blues' involvement in the FA Cup quarter-final.
Nevertheless, fans should keep an eye on when Liverpool are next playing on TV. The Premier League season is long, and with Liverpool chasing the quadruple, they must play as many games as possible.
They've already reached the FA Cup and Carabao Cup finals, but haven't played as many games as they would have liked. By the end of the season, they'll have played 63 games.
Despite this, it's still a busy season for the Reds, who have had to play a game every other day. The hectic schedule has led to Klopp's outburst over fixture congestion.
The Reds have 6 games to play in 17 days, with just one fixture against West Ham postponed because of the Club World Cup. As a result, few Liverpool players had an extended break over the summer.
Only Sadio Mane had 2 or 3 weeks off due to Senegal national duty. The manager has already been without Joel Matip, Alisson Becker and Fabinho.
Both sides have roughly equal difficult remaining fixtures. Both teams have relatively similar run-ins to the end of the season, with just one exception.
Both have 2 fixtures left against mid-table sides and have 1 less away game against Big Six clubs. Liverpool play West Ham 3 days after Man City, and their remaining fixtures are roughly equal.
The two sides have slightly different fixtures at home, with the visitors facing relegation-threatened sides Brighton and Watford. Both Liverpool and Manchester City have a relatively easy run into the end of their season, but Liverpool still face tougher games against Everton and Manchester United.
Manchester United's remaining fixtures are also harder, with the former facing the Red Devils while Everton face a former Liverpool player. Neither team can afford a poor run-in. Either one will be lucky if they win all of their remaining fixtures.
The winner of the title will be the favorite heading into the final stretch of the season, but both sides still have a long way to go. In order to gain an advantage in the run-in, each team will have to beat a team with similar strength and quality.
Both teams are still in a position where they can win the title despite their relatively tough remaining fixtures. However, both teams have roughly equal difficult remaining fixtures.
Rivalry between Liverpool and Man City. A good rivalry between Liverpool and Manchester City can give both sides a chance to win silverware.
The two teams have never been far apart in terms of success, so a fixtures comparison between the two can give both sides a glimmer of hope. The rivalry has a long history and can be traced back to before Pep and Klopp arrived at the helm.
Both teams are fierce competitors, and the rivalry is evident in the intensity of the game. City fans are notoriously raucous, and the heavy police presence outside the ground indicates the possibility of trouble.
In the past year, City have won all 3 of their league matches against Liverpool, and they have been favoured by many pundits to lift the Premier League. Both sides have been in contention for the title this season, but only one has the quality to win it all.
This season, Liverpool fans are desperate for a final between the two. This rivalry is still very much alive and can provide a spark for a title-winning side.
The fixture was originally scheduled for Tuesday, but the Premier League postponed it because Liverpool players were suffering from coronavirus. Pep was accused of a culture of chauvinism, and the Liverpool fans are responding by chanting "City is better than us."
The resulting outburst of rabid fans at the editorial headquarters of the magazine has given the Premier League rivalry a shot. Both sides are thriving on regular matches.
The rivalry between both Liverpool and Manchester City has long been a passion, and there's no denying that this is the case in a regular match between the two clubs. Liverpool fans pride themselves on being Scouse, whereas Manchester City supporters are traditionally immigrant and working class.
While many Liverpool fans have a similar background to those of their rivals, there's a little difference between their traditional fan bases and the global one that both teams are building these days. A Premier League fixture between the two teams will probably decide who becomes England's next champion.
The two teams will also face off in the FA Cup semi-finals on Sunday, and their match could also be a precursor to the Champions League final on May 28 in Paris.
While Man City are expected to win the Premier League title, their title chances could still be at risk. However, it is not inconceivable that Liverpool will slip up and hand Liverpool the opportunity to claim the title.
Manchester City have won the Premier League 3 times in the last 4 seasons, and Pep Guardiola has led City to 3 titles in 4 years. Liverpool won the European Cup twice.
But there's no denying that Liverpool have improved over the years. While Liverpool are struggling to win the league, the current form of their team has boosted their confidence.
Guardiola also told his players to thrive in pressure. Both sides have paid compensation.
Both Liverpool and Manchester City have received significant money from the Premier League after comparing their fixtures. The two sides have a fairly even fixture list.
Both sides face struggling teams, but both have tough tests at Anfield. Manchester City, on the other hand, face struggling sides but have no tough tests at home.
In addition, both sides have a trip to Southampton and an away match against West Ham. United Earth rivalry between the two sides has paid off, and both sides have now compensated.
This move is particularly frustrating for Liverpool fans, who have been frustrated for years, but it's not the end of the world.
After all, the two sides have paid off each other in other areas. And while the compensation is a small price to pay for the Premier League's best, it is well worth it.
The match is set to be one of the most exciting matches this season and could possibly go down as the best in Premier League history. Liverpool's recent form is a good sign, but the Reds still have a difficult run of fixtures between now and May 22.
The FA Cup semi-final on Saturday could throw the title race out of whack. The teams are a point ahead of each other in the table, and the Reds have been more consistent in their big league games under Jurgen Klopp.
However, Liverpool haven't beaten Chelsea this season. While they have won their last 2 league games, the Reds are yet to beat Chelsea.
They haven't beaten Chelsea this season and were unable to find a winner against 10 men. The Reds threw away a 2-goal lead against Chelsea this season.
Both sides have limited injuries. While both teams have their share of injuries, Liverpool's squad is vastly superior to Manchester City's.
Key players can be injured, but both managers have plenty of time to run injured players into the ground. After all, both sides are focused on reaching the Champions League final, and their next 2 games are penultimate, meaning that they can afford to run key players into the ground and risk further injury.
The good news is that Liverpool and Man City play each other before their penultimate games. With the FA Cup final kicking off the same day as the Champions League final, both teams will be in action before their Champions League final.
One of the key differences between Liverpool and Man City's attacking networks is the number of touches each player receives. The Reds prefer to channel their attack towards the right side in open play, while City's forward line tends to concentrate on the left, with the majority of touches going to the left side midfielders Raheem Sterling, Gabriel Jesus and Cancelo.
While both teams are still recovering from their respective injuries, a City-Liverpool fixtures comparison can be a helpful way to determine who has the better defensive partnership. A Liverpool team that allows a team to play in a more threatening way is a more dangerous one for an opponent.
Moreover, both sides are unlikely to concede as many goals, so they can be confident of their ability to win the match. The two sides are rivals in every sense of the word, and a Liverpool win is a good thing after limited injuries.